What the? Yeah, that's finna the world up.
No.
He likes to act like he doesn't have money.
And what we doing?
Standing on business.
Bro, my first diamonds came from Icebox. Okay.
Christmas came early.
Feds kicking in the door of a jewelry spot that iced out almost every rapper in Atlanta. Yeah, we talking Icebox, diamonds dancing, watches shining crazy. This the same place that hooked up custom pieces for T.I., 21 Savage, Migos, Meek Mill, Drake, Offset, Ludacris, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Young Thug, and more. Everybody pulled up to that Buckhead showroom dropping serious cash. Their Instagram, over 1 million followers, easy. Clips of rappers walking in, grabbing diamonds, trying on Rolexes, getting fitted for chains like it's a movie. That content alone turned them into a powerhouse brand. Atlanta's version of Johnny Dang, same blueprint, no mystery. Bring in the rappers, ice them out, post everything. Let the clout pull in the next wave. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And you already seen the drama around Johnny Dang, allegations flying, fake pieces talk, raid rumors, internet going wild. But what's going on with Icebox? Way deeper than rumors. This time it's lawsuits, federal investigations, a multi-million-dollar heist, and rappers straight up accusing the store of extortion and selling overpriced diamond chip jewelry that ain't hitting the value they claim. We talking a store manager tied up in his own home while thieves cleared out safes holding $5 to $10 million in merchandise. Gone. Feds locking up crews and recovering stolen Icebox pieces with price tags still attached like it just left the showroom. And rappers, actual customers, warning others saying the jewelry game full of fakes and the truth about to spill out heavy. This ain't whispers anymore. It's loud, messy, and public. So yeah, we breaking all of it down. Every rapper they worked with, every chain, every lawsuit, every shady move, every piece of evidence. By the end of this, you're not gonna look at that Icebox YouTube channel the same way. Trust that. But first, we gotta rewind and see how Icebox even became Icebox in the first place. This wasn't no random mom and pop shop that lucked into the rap scene. This was calculated from day one. Icebox Diamonds and Watches sits in Buckhead, Atlanta, one of the richest areas in the Southeast, where old money, new money, rap money, and street money all mixed together non-stop. The operation's run by names like Mo Jula, the president, and Jeff Munoz, handling day-to-day moves, faces you've seen smiling in pics next to rappers iced out head to toe. What made Icebox different? They cracked the code early. The power of hip-hop marketing. Think about it. One rapper wears your chain in a video, posts it on Instagram, or shouts you out, and suddenly every up-and-coming artist wants in. That's millions in free promo, all off a few custom pieces. So Icebox leaned all the way in. They started offering deals, not regular store deals, but next-level setups. We talking jewelry on credit, Rolexes, Cartier, custom chains, loaned out with the understanding the artist pays later. But here's the twist. They had to wear it, post it, show it off. You basically become a walking billboard for Icebox, flexing pieces you don't fully own yet. Sounds like a win-win, right? Not always. What happens when payments stop? What happens when prices are inflated? What happens when relationships go bad and now you stuck with a massive bill for jewelry that might not match the price tag? That's when lawsuits hit, accusations start flying, and people begin questioning what's really being sold behind the shine. And those whispers, they got loud. But before diving into the drama, you gotta understand how deep Icebox runs in hip-hop. Ty, Atlanta legend, been shopping there for years. 21 Savage, always in the mix picking pieces. Migos, Quavo, Offset, Takeoff, regulars, not just buying one chain, but full collections. Meek Mill, Drake, Ludacris, Lil Baby, Young Thug, Lil Durk, all tied in one way or another. Even Rusky reportedly dropped $100,000 on custom pieces. And that's not counting athletes, actors, entertainers. Icebox wasn't just a store, it was a status symbol. If you made it in Atlanta, you went to Icebox. No debate. But here's what doesn't get talked about enough. The actual jewelry. Icebox uses advanced 3D printing to create custom diamond chip pieces. And that phrase, diamond chip, that's key. These are tiny fragments of diamonds clustered together to give that fully iced out look from a distance. On Instagram, in music videos, under bright lights, they look flawless, no question. But up close, that's where things get tricky, because diamond chips and high quality diamonds are not the same thing. Not even close. And when people start realizing they paid $50,000, $100,000, even $200,000 for something with way lower material value, that's when questions start popping up fast. And it's not just Icebox, that's the whole industry. Celebrity, jewelers bank on the fact most artists aren't experts in diamonds. They care about how it looks, how it shines, how it hits on camera, not clarity grades or certifications. And jewelers, they know that. Now mix all that, big money, big egos, flashy jewelry, and Atlanta streets, and things can go left real quick. And the first major explosion, Young Thug versus Icebox, and this one got everything. Money fights, lawsuits, extortion claims, stolen jewelry, and a $350,000 legal war. Young Thug, Jeffrey Lamar Williams, was one of Icebox's biggest clients. You've seen the pics, him and Mo Jeweler smiling, diamonds everywhere, looking like the perfect business relationship. But behind the scenes, different story. Icebox claims they loaned Thug around $200,000 in jewelry, Rolex worth $30,000, Cartier bracelet $20,000, diamond wallet chain $30,000 plus more. Multiple visits stacking pieces each time. They say Thug paid about $95,000, then stopped, leaving over $115,000 unpaid. So Icebox sued, but not just for the balance. They hit him with a $350,000 lawsuit, but Thug didn't fold. He fired back. Through his lawyers, he accused Icebox of setting him up, pushing jewelry on him, building a friend relationship, letting him walk out iced with no upfront payment, knowing he'd promote them. Then when things went left, they came back demanding huge money. His team argued Icebox used his fame to boost their brand, then tried to charge way more than the jewelry's actual value. He wanted the whole case thrown out. And this playbook is familiar. Find a hot artist, load them up with jewelry on credit, use the exposure, then collect later, sometimes at inflated prices. But that's not even the wildest part. Before the lawsuit, during the Young Thug and Lil Baby video shoot, Icebox reportedly lost $150,000 in jewelry. Just gone. And guess who they blame? Young Thug again. They sued him over that too, on top of the unpaid balance. Now it's two legal battles. One over debt, one over stolen pieces. What started as Instagram flexing turned into full courtroom chaos real quick. And if you think that's where it peaks, it doesn't. Because in February 2019, everything escalated with one of the boldest jewelry heists Atlanta ever seen. February 16th, store manager Jeff heads out to dinner with his wife. Normal night, nothing suspicious. But they were being watched the whole time. Followed, tracked, set up. They get home to Smyrna, and boom, armed masked men force their way in. Tie them up, hold them hostage, not just for the house, but for something bigger. They wanted access, keys, codes, everything to Icebox. Once they got it, one stayed behind guarding the couple while the rest moved in on the store. And for 2 hours straight, they cleaned it out. Safes empty, Rolexes gone, chains gone, loose diamonds gone, cash gone. Estimated loss between $5 million and $10 million. Gone in one night. When police showed up, everything looked normal from the outside. That's how clean it was. But inside, completely wiped, and people started asking questions because Icebox had been posting everything online. Inventory, safes, high-end pieces, basically showing the world exactly what they had and where it was. Some said they unintentionally gave a blueprint to rob them. And after that robbery, things only got more suspicious. Icebox reportedly didn't hand over surveillance footage or even a full list of stolen items to Cobb County Police right away, and that raised real eyebrows. This is a shop dealing with celebrities and millions in inventory, so you'd expect top-tier security with instant access to footage. No delays, but instead, silence at first, and people started talking. Social media lit up with questions. Was it an inside setup? Was there some insurance play going on? Why stall on giving basic info to investigators? None of it sat right with people watching from the outside. The case dragged on for over a month before arrests finally came in. Then boom, March 2019, law enforcement hits 2 locations and grabs 5 suspects. Names dropped: Jose Hernandez, Tamika Lash-Krosky, Gregory Andrews, Major Sims, and Crystal Krosky, who was already locked up on unrelated charges. A whole crew, even a mother-son duo tied into the operation. That's wild. Police searched their spots and found diamond rings, chains, bracelets, watches. Some still had price tags on them, some stamped with the Icebox logo like they just left the store. They also pulled $27,000 in cash and around $50,000 worth of stolen jewelry. Sounds big, but hold on. The total heist was estimated between $5 million and $10 million. And they only recovered about $50,000 in jewelry? That math is not adding up at all. So where did the rest go? Millions in diamonds and watches just vanished? That question's still hanging in the air? The acting Cobb County District Attorney came out strong, saying they were going all in, maximum charges, no mercy, making it clear these suspects were facing serious time. Heavy talk, but even with the rest, the bigger questions never disappeared. The missing footage, the delay, the unrecovered millions, it all stuck with people. Now zoom out for a second, because Icebox isn't alone in this world. This is part of a bigger system. Celebrity jewelers and hip-hop tied together, and the same accusation keep popping up again and again. Look at what Lil Durk said, and this is someone who actually shops at Icebox. He posted, warning artists, stop buying all this jewelry without knowing what you're doing. He said straight up, some of it is fake, some overpriced, and people gonna be upset when the truth comes out. He told artists to stick with one trusted jeweler. That's not an outsider. Talking, that's someone deep in the culture, spending serious money, giving a heads up. That alone says a lot, and he's not the only one. There's a whole Instagram page called Fake Watch Booster, built off exposing fake pieces in the industry. They've called out rappers and jewelers alike, and not small names either. Lil Baby got called out at the Met Gala wearing a Patek Philippe Nautilus that turned out not to be authentic. He reportedly paid $400,000 for it, $400,000, and he was confident, posted the receipt and everything. Then Fake Watch Buster broke it down piece by piece, pointing out details that didn't match. After it blew up, Lil Baby even tagged Patek Philippe and basically said aftermarket jewelers are scamming people. Think about that. One of the biggest artists in the world spending nearly $500,000 and not knowing what he really had. And it doesn't stop there. That account has called out Soulja Boy so many times it turned into running jokes. Lil Scrappy, Waka Flocka, Jadakiss, Sean Kingston, the list keeps going. This isn't rare. It's happening across the board. Now bring in the Johnny Dang situation, because the similarities are hard to ignore. Viral posts claimed his Houston shop got raided for fake jewelry. Everyone ran with it. Social media went crazy. But Johnny Dang came out and said none of it was true. No raid, no police case, nothing confirmed. Still, people believed it fast. And that says everything about the trust level in this space right now. When the reputation already shaky, it doesn't take much for people to assume the worst. You've got rappers warning each other, pages exposing fake pieces daily, lawsuits between artists and jewelers, the whole industry under pressure. And Icebox sits right in the middle of that storm. Now, to be clear, There's no confirmed federal raid on Icebox specifically for fake jewelry, but when you stack everything around them, the lawsuits, robbery questions, diamond chip debates, extortion claims, it paints a complicated picture. Because the real issue is the knowledge gap. The jeweler knows exactly what they're selling. The rapper often doesn't, and that gap can be worth millions. When you can sell diamond chip clusters, tiny fragments grouped together, for prices close to high-quality stones, and the buyer only cares how it looks on camera, that's where things get tricky. That's where people start feeling played. So where does that leave Icebox now? They're still open, still active, still posting, rappers still walking in, trying on chains, cameras rolling like nothing changed. But things have changed. Artists are smarter now, more cautious, asking for GIA certifications, independent appraisals, real paperwork before dropping 6 figures. The Young Thug situation made noise too, when a major artist publicly accuses a jeweler of extortion and manipulation. People pay attention. Other rappers hear that. Their lawyers hear that. That old playbook, loan the jewelry, build the image, then hit with lawsuits later, is getting harder to run quietly. And that 2019 heist, it still lingers. 5 arrests, but millions never recovered. Questions about security, missing footage, delayed cooperation, none of that fully cleared up in public. At the core, this goes beyond one store. It's about hip-hop and jewelry as a whole. Chains, watches, diamonds, that's been part of the culture forever. It represents success, status, making it out. But if the same people supplying that image are possibly overcharging or misleading clients, it flips everything upside down. Now the real question is, how many artists right now are wearing pieces they paid way too much for and don't even realize it? How many chains, watches, and music videos out right now are shining with diamond chips instead of real stones and nobody even knows it? How many artists signed layaway deals they didn't fully understand, just trusting the jeweler smiling next to them in Instagram pics? That's the real conversation the culture needs to have. And yeah, stores like Icebox gotta answer those questions sooner or later. Now let's keep it real for a second. This isn't saying every piece Icebox ever sold is fake, and it's not saying every deal was a scam. They've been around for years, and clearly they've had plenty of happy customers walking out iced up. But when you line everything up, the lawsuits, the accusations, the diamond chip talk, and even rappers warning each other, it's a pattern that can't just be ignored. This whole celebrity jeweler game runs on trust and clout. You trust the price, matches the value, and they use your image to pull in the next buyer. Simple, but once that trust starts cracking, the whole system gets shaky fast. And right now, those cracks are showing in real time. Lil Durk already said it straight. Artists are gonna be upset when the truth comes out. And that truth is slowly coming to light, not just with Icebox, but across the entire scene. The Johnny Dang rumors, fake watch buster exposing pieces daily, the Lil Baby watch situation, it's all tied together in one bigger story. At some point, the industry gotta tighten up. Transparency can't be optional anymore. Certifications, real paperwork, independent appraisals, this should come standard, with anything costing serious money. No shortcuts, no guessing games, because at the end of the day, these artists grind too hard, make too much, and sacrifice too much to be losing money to deals that don't match what they were promised, especially from people standing next to them smiling for the camera. And this is where things start shifting for real, because the new wave of artists, they're not moving the same way anymore. They grew up watching all this play out. The lawsuits, the call-outs, the fake pieces getting exposed, and now they're coming in way more cautious. You got artists walking into jewelry stores asking questions that never used to get asked. Where's the certification? What's the clarity? Is this natural or lab grown? Can I get this independently appraised? That kind of energy changes everything. Because before, it was all about who had the hardest chain, who was shining the most on camera. Now it's starting to be about what you actually own, and jewelers feel that pressure. They have to, because once doubt enters the chat, it spreads fast. One viral post, one exposed piece, one bad deal, it can shake a reputation overnight. Social media don't play fair, and it definitely don't forget. At the same time, you got more behind the scenes conversations happening. Rappers talking to each other, comparing pieces, sharing experiences. Who you went to, how much you paid, did you get paperwork? That kind of info used to stay private, but now it's moving around and it's exposing gaps. And let's talk about those prices for a second, because that's another layer people don't always see. Two chains can look almost identical on Instagram, same shine, same size, same presence, but one could be worth way more than the other depending on the quality of the stones. And if you don't know what you're looking at, you could easily pay high-end prices for mid-tier quality. That's where a lot of the frustration comes from. Not just is it fake, but is it worth what I paid? Because those are two very different questions. Something can be real, but still overpriced. And that's the gray area where a lot of these deals live. Meanwhile, the flex culture hasn't slowed down at all. If anything, it's gotten bigger, chains getting heavier, watches getting rarer, pieces getting more custom. Everybody still wants to stand out. That pressure to outshine the next artist, still there heavy. But now there's this tension underneath it all. Because while the outside looks flawless, perfect lighting, diamonds dancing, cameras rolling behind the scenes, there's more doubt than ever. And once that doubt hits the audience, it changes how everything is viewed. Fans are paying attention now too. They're not just liking picture blindly. They're in the comments asking questions, tagging pages, breaking things down. The culture is more informed than it used to be, and that makes it harder for anything questionable to slide under the radar. And jewelers, they're adapting, or at least trying to. Some are leaning more into transparency, showing the process, explaining the materials, providing paperwork up front. Others are doubling down on branding and relationships, trying to keep that trust locked in tight. Because at the end of the day, this business is built on perception just as much as product. If people believe you're legit, you win. If that belief starts slipping, everything gets harder. Now bring it back to Icebox. They're still one of the most visible names in the game. Still got the celebrity pull, still got the online presence, still got people walking through those doors every day. But the spotlight on them, it's different now. Every post, every video, every piece, it all gets looked at a little closer. People aren't just seeing the shine anymore. They're questioning the details behind it. And that's a shift you can't ignore, because whether it's Icebox or any other jeweler, the rules are changing. The days of blind trust and easy flexing, those are fading. Now it's about proof, knowledge, and making sure the value matches the price. And the artists who figure that out early, they're the ones who stay ahead. They still shine, still flex, but they do it smart. No guessing, no surprises, no regrets. Because nobody wants to be the next viral moment for the wrong reason. Nobody wants their $300,000 chain getting dissected online or their watch getting called out piece by piece. That kind of spotlight hits different, so the culture is evolving, slower than some people want, faster than others expected, but it's happening. And once that shift fully locks in, it's going to separate the real from everything else in a major way. And when that happens, a lot of people, not just artists, but businesses too, are going to have some explaining to do. Real recognize real. And right now, a lot of what's being sold just not hitting like people think it is. That shine might look perfect on camera, but behind the scenes, it's a whole different story. So what y'all think? Y'all been keeping up with the Icebox drama? You think celebrity jewelers really out here taking advantage of rappers? Or is it just business? How it goes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm trying to see where everybody stands on this, because this convo getting louder by the day, and the truth, it's starting to surface whether people like it or not. And if you made it this far, you already locked in. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, tap that like, and share this with somebody who needs to hear it. Don't keep this info to yourself. We covering everything on this channel, every jeweler, every play, every controversy, every headline, no filters, no favorites, no passes. If it's happening, it's getting talked about. So stay sharp, stay informed, and move smart out here. And seriously, before you drop big money on any piece, get that jewelry independently appraised. No shortcuts. Catch you on the next one. Peace.